Can you please tell us what you were able to conclude about the way Mr. Warren died?
What I saw indicated that Mr. Warren was shot by someone facing him, first at a medium range. Then he crawled a ways across the floor before he was shot again, this time at a very close range.
In other words, the assailant shot Mr. Warren in the chest and then watched the poor man drag himself across the floor?
Objection, Your Honor. She's assuming facts that are not yet in evidence.
Sustained. Move on, Ms. Wolfe.
Subsequent to Ben Warren's murder, did you and your partner search the home of Michelle Santos?
Yes, we did. We obtained a search warrant and conducted a formal search.
And what, if anything, did you find?
In one of Mrs. Santos's dresser drawers, I found a pair of women's black leather gloves. The gloves had a stain on them, which appeared to me to be blood.
And what did you do with those gloves once you found them in Mrs. Santos's drawer?
I bagged and tagged them and sent them to the department's forensics lab for analysis.
And would these be those gloves, Detective?
Yes. That's my mark right there.
People's One, Your Honor. And did the forensics lab give you a report back on the gloves?
Yes.
And would this be that report?
Yes, that's it.
People's Two, Your Honor. And what did the report say about the stain on those gloves?
It says it's human blood. There was also a DNA test conducted on the blood, and the blood has been Warren's blood.
Your Honor, he is not qualified.
I am merely asking him to testify as to what's in the report, Your Honor.
It is simply hearsay.
Quite right, sustained. The witness's last comment is struck from the record. And you will disregard what the officer said about the blood. He's not qualified to give an opinion on such matters. And as for the two of you, you know better.
Very good. I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Detective Grant, you testified that it was you who found the gloves in Michelle's dresser drawer. And then you tagged them and you bagged them. And then, again, it was you who transported the evidence to the lab. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And not once were they out of your possession?
Not once.
Now, last summer, you were involved in an undercover police operation to try and infiltrate the Santos crime family. Is that correct?
Objection, Your Honor. What is the relevance?
Your Honor, he was involved in this operation that ended without a conviction, and I believe his personal interest in a conviction is relevant, and if given some leeway, I will make that obvious.
All right, Mr. Mara, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now then, your father, Charles Grant, is chief of staff at Cedars Hospital. And several years ago, the Santos family blackmailed your father for purchasing inferior medical equipment. And the use of that equipment nearly caused the death of a patient. Do you feel that entire situation, the stress of that situation, caused your father to suffer a stroke?
Objection, Your Honor. Again, irrelevant.
Your Honor, I think it goes directly to his credibility.
I agree. Answer the question, sir.
One thing has nothing to do with the other.
Detective, I don't know if that makes total sense, so let me put it another way. Do you feel that the Santos family caused your father to have a stroke, and do you want to see him pay for it?
If you're asking me, am I one of the Santos's biggest fans? No, I'm not. The answer is no.
Now, I want to be very clear about this, all right? Now, first of all, you testified that you were the only person on this planet who handled those gloves. And now you have just testified that you have an axe to grind with the family of the defendant. So my obvious question to you is, how far would you go to get even with the Santos?
No, hold on a minute now. If you're accusing me of planting some evidence, I didn't do...
Did you do that?
No, I did not.
How do we know that? Should we take your word for it?
Your Honor, he's badgering.
Yes, I don't mean to do that, so I will withdraw the question, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
You may step down. We'll now take a brief recess. 15 minutes.
You did great. You did great. I've been watching the jury. Look at them. I'm telling you, this is going our way. I can feel it.
I don't have to remind you about what you're going to say up there on that stand. You saw Michelle outside Ben's suite. You say anything else, and you'll be very sorry.
Court is about to reconvene. All rise. Convene. All rise.
Be seated. Ms. Wolfe, are you ready to call your next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The people call Frank Achilles Cooper Sr. to the stand.
District Attorney isn't going to get squat from me.
And were you present in your restaurant on the evening of November 5th?
Yes, I was there.
Were Ben Warren and Michelle Santos also present in your restaurant on that evening?
I believe they were there, yes.
And you witnessed a confrontation between Miss Santos and Mr. Warren that night, correct?
Confrontation?
Yes, you saw the defendant and Mr. Warren arguing, did you not?
You know, I really don't remember.
You don't remember? Come on, Mr. Cooper. You don't remember someone brandishing a knife in your restaurant?
Your Honor, objection. She's leading the witness.
Overruled. Answer the question, Mr. Cooper.
What was the question?
Did you see Michelle Santos threaten Mr. Warren with a knife on the evening of November 5th?
Right, no, I really wouldn't exactly say, you know.
May I remind you, Mr. Cooper, that you're under oath, and the penalty for perjury in my courtroom is severe.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cooper. Did you, or did you not, witness an altercation between Miss Santos and Mr. Warren on the night in question?
An altercation, yes, you could call that.
And during that altercation, did you see Miss Santos hold up a knife to Mr. Warren?
Answer the question, sir.
Did you see Michelle Santos threaten Ben Warren with a knife? Yes or no?
Yes.
God, I can't.
So, Mr. Warren drugged Michelle's husband, Danny Santos. In fact, he seriously endangered Danny's life. No wonder she was furious at him.
Your Honor, she's editorializing.
Dispense with the commentary, Ms. Wolfe.
So, the defendant, angry at the victim for having nearly killed her husband, pulled a knife on him in a public place, and that is what you witnessed, correct?
I wasn't paying attention the whole time. I had a restaurant to run.
But you saw her pull the knife.
If you're talking about the dinky little steak knife that she was waving around, it was just a gesture. She wasn't going to hurt anybody with it.
And you know that for a fact. How far away was Mrs. Santos when she made this gesture to Mr. Warren?
I'm not very good at distances, madam.
Okay. Was she this far away? Or this far away?
No, not exactly.
Closer. This close? Isn't it true that Mrs. Santos walked directly to Mr. Warren and put that knife to his throat, Mr. Cooper?
Well, it might have looked that
I'll take that as a yes. And what did Mrs. Santos say while she was brandishing this knife?
I'm not sure.
7 other people were in that restaurant that night, Mr. Cooper. 7 other people heard exactly what she said to him.
Well, fine. Get the 7 other people up here to ask them the
I'm
question.
asking you, Mr. Cooper, what did Mrs. Santos say while she was brandishing that knife at the victim's throat? Didn't she say I should kill you?
Your Honor, she's leading him again.
She said I should kill you. That's what she said, isn't it?
She was justified. She was justified. The man almost killed her husband. She had every reason.
She had every reason to what? To kill him?
I did not say that. You're putting words in my mouth. He is doing the testify. Your Honor, please. Say that. Order. Words in my mouth. Order. You're putting words in my mouth. Not even
Ron, no further questions.
Mr. Mahler, your witness.
Thank you. Mr. Cooper, did you ever see Michelle physically harm Ben Warren in any way?
No, absolutely not.
Thank you. How long have you known Michelle?
Since she's been about 11 years old.
In what capacity?
She is a good friend to my grown children, and she babysits my little sons.
Now, as a single father, I imagine you are very protective of your sons.
They are my life.
In light of the charges, would you trust Michelle to babysit your sons?
In a heartbeat. There's almost no one on earth that I trust more than that young lady.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. No further questions.
Mr. Cooper, you may step down.
That did not go so well.
It was fine. Don't let the jury see you expressing any doubts, all right?
Right. No doubts.
Ms. Wolfe, please call your next witness.
The state would like to call Ruth Lockhart to the stand.
Are you sure that she's going to change the statement she made to the police?
Well, so when I went to see her, she swore to me she would tell the truth, that she didn't see me at the apartment the night Ben was killed.
I hope you're right, Michelle.
She is. She is.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.